Ravel.
Yeah.
What number?
Yeah. 1543.
1543.
Yeah. This has to do with wrongful death cases. There's a substitute.
All right, there's a substitute. Senator Peterson moves this substitute, seconded by Senator McDougall. All in favor of adopting the substitute signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed. Substitute is before us. Senator Saravel.
Great. So this bill has a corollary in the House by, I think, Delegates Brewer and Jones. This now conforms it to their legislation. It's a simple bill. It was worked out between VTLA and the Medical Society. Expands the class, expands beneficiaries in the very first step of wrongful death beneficiaries to add parents who were supported by the decedent. Right now, if somebody passes away, only the parents and their kids are in that class. This adds, if they were supporting a parent, then that parent can also be part of the initial beneficiary class.
And here's my question. I looked at this, and people provide different levels of support. And does this take into account the parent for whom the decedent was paying all of their living expenses or their assisted living bills, or if they pay for their cell phone every month? Does it put those folks on equal footing? If I pay my mother's cell phone bill every month, that's a level of support. But it's nowhere near paying for all of her support.
I think that person would be in the zone, and it'd be up to a jury to decide how much to give that person. It doesn't, people don't split the money equally. The jury has to decide how much each person gets based on the evidence that's presented.
So they'd be in the same class with my children.
They'd be in the class, but they wouldn't be entitled to the same amount of money. A jury has to decide how much each person gets based on the relationship and the evidence presented about how strong the relationship was and what they were doing.
Okay. All right. Anybody wish to be heard in support of the bill? Mark?
Mr. Chairman, good afternoon. Mark Dix on behalf of the Virginia Trial Lawyers Association. VTLA supports the bill. We believe it brings a much-needed update to the wrongful death statute to account for what is becoming more and more common, which is we have to take care of our parents in their golden years, and it is limited with respect to those parents for those who regularly provide funds for necessaries, such as living expenses and things of that nature, not just for cell phones, but for actual necessities of life.
So it'd be like same situation as children living in the household and an older estranged child. There is latitude for a judge or jury to make a quantitative determination as to how much the children who live in the household receive, and maybe a different level for the estranged adult child?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Chair,
Senator Peterson.
having tried a wrongful death case, would you envision this testimony would be during the case in chief, or does this come in some damages phase? I mean, because it's almost like we're opening up a trial within a trial about whether or not someone's being supported, as opposed to there's a presumption if it's a parent or, excuse me, a child.
Mr. Chairman, Senator Peterson, I believe you're correct. To be in the case in chief, they would hear it the same as in the wrongful death case now, the extent to which the parents who relied upon the decedent to provide for them.
And I guess the more common situation is in settlements, and you may have a settlement but a disagreement between the beneficiaries as to how to allocate that settlement, and it winds up going to the judge. Or you could even have a jury trial on that. Okay. Anybody else in support? Scott?
Yes, sir. On behalf of the medical side, I just want to thank Senator Serval and the trial attorneys for working with us. I mean, it has eliminated many of our concerns, and I just want to thank you for that.
Many?
We're not opposed to the bill.
All right. Anybody have any questions of the patron? Anybody else wish to be heard on this bill? Bill is before us. All right, it's been moved and seconded. The bill be reported.
Ayes 14, noes 1.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. I think that's it for me.
All right, Senator Carey, I'm sorry. Senator DeStaff, I promise.